All right. Weekly Outlook is the last day of the month, last day of the quarter. And this weekly Outlook, we're going first over Forex Factory. What news can we expect? We have NFP week coming up. And after that, we'll go over the entire watch list. So you have a very nice bias for the rest of the week. And without further ado, let's dive right in. There we go. So starting with Forex Factory. Monday, we have AUD rates, and it's going to be in the Asian session. So no AUD trades for early in the week. If you look at the red folders, you see the majority is going to be the USD red folders, which makes sense. NFP week, tomorrow we have JOLTS at 10. We have ADP non-farm employment change. We have unemployment claims, ISM, and of course on Friday, NFP. In between, we have for GHF, we have CPI. That's going to be also a nice mover. There are a few GHF pairs on the list this week. But the star player is probably going to be the USD related pairs, also the US indices. And perhaps also gold and silver. I'm going to tell you that in a second. Cool. Well, looking at last week's price action, let's start with the dollar. What I'm seeing right now is we are now in a weekly time frame. And we tapped into the weekly bearish fair value gap and then moved lower. This means for now, I would say we can continue to the downside. The only issue I have with this is two things. Is if we drop one time frame lower to the daily, we have such a big retracement still left open potentially. Of course, if you have your classic OT area, premium discount, all that stuff, you know, that discount or premium starts all the way up here, overlapping with this order block, the breaker, this fair value gap. So I'm not too convinced that we are going lower yet. We have rate cuts coming in probably at the first week of May, second week of May. So it's like 5 weeks from now. That could be the down move. But for now, I'm going to play it very easy. I'm going to try to think like, hey, okay, this is probably going to be the high. The issue is it's a Wednesday Asia high. I don't like those highs. But hey, if price tells me we're going lower, I'm going to trade lower. So starting point is going to be just an internal to external. That means lower price for a dollar. That's going to be the starting point based on last week's price action. I'm not going to be too aggressive early in the week with this idea because we have NFP on Friday. So first idea would be that we're just going to continue this structure. So the Wednesday high here, displacement lower, especially the Friday displacement. We left a 4-hour fair value gap here with an order block. So if that's respected and we're displacing lower like this, I'm going to be exactly here trying to short the dollar. And that means longing the USD pairs. But there's a big but here. That's why I'm going to wait for this. Is what if we don't do that? And we just created a bullish fair value. Time to recording is almost started the New York session. It's like 6. Yeah, I think around 6 a.m. EST. What if we now going to create a bullish order book and go to last week's high? That is an option. And so because of that, I'm now neutral on DXY. I want to see, do we create a bullish fair value gap here? If we don't and now displace low already, I'm good with that short idea back to the March 18 lows. That's for the dollar. So big analysis on dollar. I'll promise the next pairs are going to be shorter. But with all the USD news, I want to spend more time here. So back to the weekly. So ideally just weekly internal to external, but with NFP week, I'm open for a tap of last week's high. So let's see early in the week which one of the two we will get. Then for the JPY. JPY, we are still, from the monthly, we are bullish still. Last week, we had a tap of previous week's low right here. And then moved away. It looks like this on the lower time frame. So I had this marked out as a drawn liquidity. And after that, we displaced and we left the building, making me want to long the JPY. Ideally towards these failure swings here. So ideally towards somewhere here. And what we need for that is more structure. So this means when a JPY basket goes up, the USD pairs will go down. It's inverse correlate just like the DXY and the USD pairs. So I want to see more. So ideally, we're going to see something like this. Daily on a 4-hour. So I want to see more discount arrays being tested. So what I see, for example, here is a 4-hour bullish fair value gap. That'll be an ideal area to see a test of, okay, do we actually want to go lower? So we test right here, this place again. If we do that, then I'll be sitting right here with my entries towards JPY longs, and of course that means shorts for the JPY pairs. Cool, that's JPY. Then let's go to the indices. What a down move. I caught 3 trades last week. Actually took 4 trades with 2 wins, 2 losses. Monday, I was trying to short this move basically, so I took a loss. On Tuesday, I caught the short, big move, like massive short here. Then on Thursday, I tried to catch the long here. Well, gave a nice move, but it was the retracement. Look at this, how we traded into this 4-hour bearish value gap. Retracement. It was the long. I was in the long here, but it got reversed. And on Friday, I got the short towards this area, relative equal lows. So for now, when I'm just going to the weekly, don't overcomplicate this. We just did a weekly, see the weekly value gap here? Weekly internal to external. Well, we took already some swing lows. What is the next obvious swing low what we could tap? I would say here or here. It's all in the weekly time frame. Let's drop one time frame lower to see if we can catch more swing lows. Well, the contract doesn't allow this, so let's go to US 100. There we go. So there's not too much obvious swing low. Okay, we have this fair value gap here. We already tapped into it here, but we cut it one more time. But the other ones, like the most obvious, are the same as the weekly lows. So the weekly lows we marked here are draws on liquidities. So that's what want to be my starting point or my draw on liquidity towards those areas, these 2 lines. And we can do it 2 ways. Maybe after today we even create a daily bearish value gap so that we do something like this. But intraday, I'll be looking at these areas for just low-hanging fruit trades. So the draw on liquidity, the low-hanging fruit targets. Well, for example, for today's New York session, we have that weekly low right here. So if we tap that weekly low during a New York session, I'll be looking for this move. Just like this may be a big move, but let's say 100 points, 150 points, somewhere back into this area. Just very low-hanging fruit long scalp. If we don't do that, and we're now going higher and higher, then for the New York session, I'll be trying to catch the shorts back to the area here. Very easy low-hanging fruit trades based on a daily and weekly levels, right? Daily, weekly, 4-hour. All your small, lower time for trades should be marked around these areas. Well, similar for ES, similar for YM. Not gonna be a broken record here. Cool. Then for the DAX. The DAX finally hit that weekly bullish fair value gap. And remember, this is the last day of the month. So we also need to look at the monthly candles. Do we have something here? Well, after 10 hours from now, when April 1st starts, we have a monthly bullish fair value gap here that's created. And we have a monthly bullish fair value gap here. So that's going to be areas for price later this week for me. The monthly fair value gap is also overlapping with a weekly fair value gap and an order block. So that could be an area. So if this doesn't hold, that means we are just going to close lower. Then I'll be looking for a retracement into a newly created daily bearish fair value gap to trade towards that monthly and weekly bullish fair value gap. And it's going to be a big drop. And then on the news, you will see, oh, recession coming, everyone's panicking, but we're just shorting. So that's cool. Let's go to the USD pairs. And the USD pairs, remember that I have like the 2-sided bias on the dollar. So I could see dollar going back to previous week's high and then drop. But I'm neutral on this early in the week. And that would mean early in the week shorts for the USD pairs. When USD goes up, USD pairs go down. And my ideal scenario is this one. The weekly bullish fair value gap. This one is so obvious that we want to trade into this. I actually tried to short already last week. Didn't catch that one. this one. But I still think we can reach that weekly bullish revalue gap. So this is going to be my low-hanging fruit target. This is, of course, very ugly price action. So let's wait out some displacement. Then I think the AUD and anti-USD look better for shorts here. And the reason why is simple. We have a monthly bearish revalue gap here. You see how we create a swing high inside a key level? A monthly swing high is 3 months. And the daily, we had this daily revalue gap, also a swing high created in a daily revalue gap, but now we are trading lower again, making me want to short this. Low-hanging fruit target would be here. If we drop even lower. Also, the 4-hour structure looks nice. So also we have some 4-hour raise. So during the New York session, I'm going to be looking for, if DXY goes that higher route, I'm definitely going to be shorting this like it is. Let's try that again. Like this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And same for NCUSD. Also a monthly and a weekly bearish revalue gap. Monthly and weekly. We have a clear equal lows here. I think NCD looks even better to short. Yeah, both. I think both for shorts look pretty awesome. Looking at AUD NCD, we see that AUD is currently weaker. Trade lower here. So that means AUD is the one to watch. So early in the week, I would say AUD and AUD USD. When DXY makes that higher move, that's going to be an awesome trade. This 4-hour candle starts in New York session. So that could be a nice Monday New York trade. And otherwise maybe Tuesday. Then for the NCD pairs. Well, this looks so clean. Oh, this is like a work of art, guys. So I didn't catch this. So I'm gonna be a little higher up in the range here. But look at this. Weekly internal to external. Not only a weekly for value gap where we go to the consequent encroachment, the 50%, but also we tap into an overlapping daily for value gap. So very clean. So I'll be looking for longs towards the high here, to the Monday, March 10 high. How we get there? Let's see if we have, ideally, what we have is tomorrow. And if today price trades toward the high, I will not be in. But I'll be looking at this for Tuesday to trade it like this. So we take out Monday low. And it's going to be also a school model. We take out the daily low inside a key level. And then start moving upwards to the high there. GPNCD is already there. So keep it in mind. It's already very clean. Same internal to external. So please screenshot this price action and put it in your journal. This is how you want to trade. I didn't catch this move, unfortunately. I was not paying attention here. Like we have here this beautiful order block. We trade into this on Wednesday and we just started moving upwards. I know some of my students called it, so well done to them. But not sure what I was smoking. I was not in this move. I was supposed to be in this move. Similar for AUD. Looks also pretty internal to external. So you see weekly for value gap. With also a daily bullish for value gap here. So Euro NCD, Euro AUD look quite similar. Similar, but GBP is stronger. So this swing low, weekly for value gap. So I think we can reach these highs, the COVID highs. So I'm definitely looking for potential moves towards there if we get a retracement. Then for the cat pairs, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but they all look kind of similar. So here, weekly, internal to external. And what I've seen here is also a 4-hour bullish for value gap. And before, when preparing, I also saw a 1-hour, a tricky 1-hour for value gap. Let's see if it's going to be tapped into. For now, it doesn't look like it. It does look like we're going to tap into this one. I'm going to look for a trade already early in the week for GBP cat. GBP cat is treating me very nicely. 3 wins here. I'm a happy man with GBP cat. So I think we can trade again. Let's see if this is going to be low to expand higher. Well, low hanging fruit targets will be, let's say, this swing high. Eventually, of course, this high, but low hanging fruit intraday. What my strategy will be is, let's say, take a trade here. Let's say this is going to be the move. This is an ideal scenario. It's never going to be this clean, but ideally, I want to be in this move. This is all hypothetical. Then I want to see how we react from the highs. So I'm going to not be in this move. I'm probably going to be in this move. Towards low-hanging fruit targets. What's going to be that high? It's probably these two trades I'll be looking for this week. If the weekly internal to external plays out, I'll be looking at this one. It's only if, guys. We have not many cat news this week, so maybe we don't get a clean move. We have Friday only. Yeah, Friday only cat. So not too big of a news, but it looks clean. So why not try something out there? So looking at that during New York session. Cool. USD I'll be looking at the weekly. This is supporting that weekly move higher from the DXY that we trade into this weekly bearish value gap. We have lots of failure swings down up here. So that could be a move early in the week. So what I'm seeing here is the following. I see a liquidity sweep of Sunday lows during London session. See the two, right? Cool. Then we displace higher. 1 hour for value gap. And we all have all these failure swings lined up. So with that higher idea of the dollar, I'll be looking for long in USD based on this idea towards the weekly value gap, low-hanging fruit here, weekly value gap there. Then NZD GHF, I was already trying to, well, this is one of my favorite models. We have a weekly bearish value gap and then a 4-hour sell structure. I was in this already, but got taken out. The drawn liquidity is still the same, so I'm going to be trying to catch a move lower up the range. We have a 4-hour bearish value gap traded into during London. Then we displace lower. So for now, my eyes are going, this real time, my eyes are going for a short somewhere from here, ideally in the New York session, to complete that same trade idea. Let's see if price gives us that. So for NZD or for GHF, I have both a long idea and a short idea. And let's see which one played out. Hardly I'm going to trade both because GHF can go only two ways. So ideally, I'm going to look what GHF does closer towards New York session. Then for the JPY pairs, remember, I have a higher bias for JPY. That means a lower bias for the JPY pairs. Well, NZD and AUD are pretty weak. So I'll be trying to catch shorts this week on those. I'm going to wait a little bit, just like I want to wait for JPY. Remember, this 4-hour value gap. Let's see how that mirrors with 4-hour value gap here. So 4-hour value gap right here. Let's see what it gives us. And then finally, gold. Gold is just absolutely unbelievable how bullish it is. Last week, we had some slowdown here in this daily bullish for value gap, and we just moved away on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to wait for a retracement. We have a new monthly candle coming in. Absolutely ridiculous how bullish gold is. So I'm probably going to be waiting for a retracement. So when I see a very scary down candle on gold, that's when I want to look for longs. That's the name of the game. Silver is lagging behind, but silver is very clean. I think silver could be the play. Just go low hanging fruit towards the October highs. Comparing it to like the October highs, gold are here. So gold is unbelievable. Silver is lagging. But I think we should be able to catch those highs very soon. So let's see if silver wants to give us that. But ideally long for gold, but wait for the retracement. That's everything I had to share with you guys. So cool week ahead. Very interesting, what we're going to do. And we have a new video coming out this week about the unicorn setup, breakers for value gaps, and also live trading on Wednesday. And of course, daily outlooks in the school group, new challenges, and I hope to see you all there. Have an amazing trading week, and see you later. Bye-bye.